Okay, I'm starting the stream, really hoping it works. Let's see how the stream is doing. Hoping everyone is doing good today. Let's hope that it works. Let's hope that it works. Let's hope, yeah, there I am. Hi, that's my face. How is everyone doing today? Hope everyone's doing nice and hoping you having a good day. That was a sentence I'm singing until I hope to God that it ends. My thoughts are words and stuff, and just saying hello, hello, Anna and Catherine and Zoe and Wellington and Continuum and Captain Mop and everyone else who is here. Hope your day is good. I hope that was fun for everybody. Hello, everybody. Hey, John. Hey, Just Carowin. Hello, GridTube. I know I was talking with everybody in the chat just a minute ago. Hello, everybody. Yes, David. Hi, how are you? Yes, Halo Infinite delay. Very sad about it. To be honest with you, the Halo Infinite was like the reason I was thinking about getting an Xbox over a PlayStation 5, and I still might at some point, but I mean, honestly, like, we'll see how I can even afford either of them, and the only thing I was really rushing out to go play immediately at launch was Halo, so kind of disappointed about it, but, you know, what are you going to do? We get through it together, and I'm sure I'll play Halo at some point eventually, so, yes. Steve Arts, surprised you're building the NX-01. I thought you were in love with Discovery. I am in love with Discovery. I do love Discovery quite a bit, but I also have an affinity for Enterprise. Enterprise is my first show I got to watch week to week, and it is my... I wouldn't say it's the best Star Trek show, but it's one of my personal favorites. I just have a large affinity for Enterprise. So yes, in case many of you hadn't guessed from the thumbnail or the title of this video, let's see if I can make sure I get this in the shot. We are going to be building the NX-01 Enterprise today. Sorry for the reflections. There it is. I got this nice little model kit. I actually don't even remember. Where I got this. I think it was like a gift. I think maybe my roommate gave it to me for Christmas. I honestly forgot where I got this. But I've just had this for like a few months, and I figured I'd actually sit down and do it for a little bit today. I've been wanting to do it for a while. But yeah, no, Enterprise is honestly probably like my personal favorite show. I don't think it's the best Star Trek show, but it's got a warm place in my heart for it. So as you can see, I mean, many of you probably see in my my actual videos, full-time videos, like I have the NX-01 here, and then I have the NX-01 refit, which was a let's see, this is the NX-01 refit that kind of looks more Enterprise-y. So it looks like the Enterprise there, but then it has like the cool like actual like Enterprise sort of saucer or deflector dish down there at the bottom. That was a gift from my let's get this back on here. That was a gift for from my roommate for my my birthday a few months ago. So yeah, I absolutely love the NX-01, and to be honest with you, the NX-01 is my favorite ship. Like, I can be aware that the Enterprise show is not the best show, but I really, really love the Enterprise as a ship, the NX-01 Enterprise, followed by the Enterprise E. Kirsty, you were listening to Yo-Yo Ma, and the intro was an abrupt transition. I mean, I understand Yo-Yo Ma is by no means as good as my singing, but, you know, one day Yo-Yo Ma can aspire to be the singer that I am. or musician I guess I am. Yo-Yo Ma, I guess, isn't even a singer. So maybe I am a better singer than Yo-Yo Ma. Who knows? Okay. So, let us see. We're going to start opening this up. I'll try and talk with everyone in the chat, but I'm going to play around, so I'll try and keep my eye on both things here. But I also, let me just see, I have a second angle here. Yeah, that is the Eagle Moss NX-01 refit there, CM. So I'm just going to try and move stuff out of the way so that you can get a nice little clear shot of my legs there. Unfortunately, my desk is see-through, so apologies that you're getting a leg shot there. So I get to see my hairy legs that I haven't shaved in a while, so I'm glad you all know that now. Clean up some of the mess that I have here. Like I said, this kit, I don't know how much it costs because I didn't buy it. I think I got it as a gift. I literally do not remember where I got it. And theoretically, this kit says that it requires no glue. And it also says that it is buildable by 10-year-olds. We'll see if that's true. And sorry, opinions no one cares about. I'm sorry you couldn't stay, but it's nice to see you. Yes, just my hairy legs, unfortunately. But yes, so here we are here. Let's see. Can I make this a little bit? Is it too bright? I'm trying to see if I can turn this down so you can kind of get a better view of everything. Let me turn down some lights here. Yeah, this camera's not the best, so apologies that it's a bit bright. So apologies that camera's a bit bright. It's learning curve here, me trying to, like, will this help? I guess it helps. Yeah, I guess that helps a little bit there. Maybe, let's see. Maybe if I turn into purple, maybe? I guess that's a little better. LEDs are fun. All right. Hey, we're all in quarantine here in the United States, so hairy legs are probably the norm at this point. So, all right, I want to use my teeth as a multi-tool, which you should not do. And let's just give this guy an open. According to the scale, if someone's asking, the scale is 8.5, what does it say right there? 8 and 7/8 inches long. So I don't know what scale that is. I'm assuming pretty small because presumably this thing has to fit a ton of people, so. And theoretically, I could make, it says it has the decals and possibility to make the refit Enterprise. So what does everyone think? I'm feeling like I want to just go with the normal NX-01 look, but should I go with the refit Enterprise? I mean, you'll see. It also says it has decals for the Columbia and the ISS Enterprise. I mean, you can see right here, it says I could theoretically make the NX-01, the NX-01 refit, the Columbia, the ISS Enterprise, and the Avenger, which is, I think, the NX-01 model that is in the second part of In a Mirror Darkly, the Enterprise episode. So, yeah. Okay, so let's open this guy up. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm just going to go with the normal NX-01. Unless everyone out there in the chat like really wants to go with the refit design, which is on here. I think I'm going to go with the normal one because that's the one I have more affinity for. We don't see the refit on screen. The refit actually was going to be planned and designed for season 5 of Enterprise that never actually got made. So they designed it, but they never actually got a chance to make it. So it's technically not canon, but it's about as close to canon as a not canon thing can get. So yeah, so we never actually did that. Oh, cool! The Kelvin Enterprise is great. I want to get the Disco Prize at some point. Eagle Moss has a really beautiful Disco Prize model that I almost bought at LA Comic-Con last year, but I actually went up with the Enterprise E because the Enterprise E is my favorite ship. It's my favorite. Ooh, that smells. It's like a new model smell. Ooh, I wish you guys could smell it. It smells a little bit like mothballs, maybe. It's a weird smell. So yeah, it is canon adjacent, as they say. It's like. I don't even think it's been in beta canon. Like, there have been some post Enterprise novels that followed, like, the Romulan War and everything. And I don't even think of the novel verse. They've actually built the refit. So it looks like we got the hull here. So hopefully, hope to God there's directions here, because trying to do this without directions will be a bit fun. Okay, so what do we got? We got a bunch of stuff here. We got some directions. Oh, those are those are the decals. So I'll put that off to the side. Do that after we're done here. And we got our directions. Okay, so let's open everything up first. Do you have your glue and paint ready? Nope. It says on the box that no glue is required. So we'll see if again that is true or not. But it does say no glue is required for this thing. So I'm just toss that out. Does everyone like this camera angle, by the way? Is it working for everybody? Let me know. I can adjust things a little bit if it's giving anyone a headache or something. But just let me know out there in the chat. Ooh, the USS Shinzo model looked really, really nice as well. I agree. Oh, you think it might be non-binary, Kate? Well, I cannot tell you how to identify. But what I would tell you is just let yourself explore. You don't need to rush into defining anything. And if you are non-binary, that's great. Maybe try it out. If you have friends you feel comfortable with defining non-binary as, or saying like, hey, can you treat me as non-binary for a little while? Put on that hat and see if it makes you comfortable. I mean, that's really what it's all about. Like, I identify as gender fluid a little bit and non-binary as well. And I only found that out because I went like more binary. Like I tried to identify more binary as a woman, and found that like that far binary didn't really fit for me. So, you know, we all kind of figure it out as we go along in life and try new hats. I mean, that's what puberty is in a lot of ways. So my advice is, you know, just play around. Give yourself time where there's no rush for anything. It's about having you do just, I'm just trying to sync words, but yeah, just take your time. And hey, punk rock zoologist, do you have any good clippers in a shop? Probably not for cleaning parts. I do not. Well, I do have a knife, but I don't have it nearby. But I do have one. See, this is me. I'm not a model builder, so this is literally not my first model, but essentially baby's first model build. So we'll see. We'll see how this goes. It could go terribly wrong, but I figured even my failures would end up being entertainment for all of you out there watching. So, okay. So I think I have pretty much everything out here. And I got came with some tools here. There we go. I do like Egomoss's quality, honestly. I've gotten a few of their models, and I quite enjoy them. And I think they're very good quality, in my opinion. I mean, again, I'm not the biggest model person in the world, so I'm certainly not the best judge of them, but I enjoy them quite heavily. I do get the Egomoss graphic novel collection. That's like my one big expenditure right now because not making as much money as I would like at the moment. But my one big expenditure, as I said, is the graphic novel collection, which is like $20 per month. So it's like not even that big a deal. But okay, I'm just gonna someone in the chat just said something. 1 second, sorry. Gotta do something on my computer here because I want to just quick grab that. Boom. Just casually chatting about gender while we're unpacking model more. Yeah, I will casually talk gender about during any time. Okay. No worries, Seal. If you fall asleep, just make sure you hit the like button as you hit your head on the table. But no, if you need to sleep, that's totally understandable. I'll try and ASMR as best I can. Let's see. No, punk rock. Please give me unsolicited advice. You're probably gonna know more than I am. Like I said, this is baby's first model kit. We'll see how it all goes. It may go to hell. Okay, so like I said, this may go horribly wrong. We shall see. All right, so I'm assuming this piece. This looks like the refit parts, and I don't think I'm gonna be using that. So I'm going to just put that off to the side. If I need it, I'll grab it later. So let's take a look at these things. Okay, let's open this up. Let's see. There's the refit part. Okay. So, oh boy, there's a lot going on here. Look at that. Okay, so let's start with part 1. Are the Romulan War Enterprise books any good? I feel like I want to add it to my list. They are pretty good. I enjoy them. I haven't read them all. Like I haven't read the Rise of the Federation ones, but they are pretty good. My worry with them and recommending them to you is I don't know if they finish out the story, because I presumably the Enterprise books did not sell all that well because they haven't really made any of them in like 10 years or so. So the ones that I read were quite good up until the Romulan War bit. And then they got into the Rise of the Federation, which I did not read yet, and I don't know if it ends in a cliffhanger or not. Though presumably we do know that like the Federation does rise, so presumably it works. I don't know why I'm whispering. Okay, so let's take a look here. No worries, late Mouse Ponder. Let's you are free to lurk. Okay, so there's a lot going on here. What are we doing? Let's see. It says there's numbers here, so let me see. Are there numbers on these? Where are the numbers? Does anyone know punk rock? If you're out there, do you know where the numbers would be? Are they hiding somewhere here? And I think my roommate's coming in. Oh, yeah. Oh, no worries. My cat wanted into my room. Let's see. Does anyone know? Yeah. Oh, I'm sure this will be a two-parter. I'm probably not going to finish this whole time, but we'll just have some fun. Where are the numbers? Punk rock. I need your help. Anybody out there? Anyone know where the numbers on these things are? Let's see. I don't see numbers. Are they right there? Oh, right there. I did it. I got it. I get it without you, punk rock. You took too long. No, you're good. You're good. Okay, so I need big piece here. Okay. Got this guy. Here we are. And it says I need piece 101. So let's go for that. Piece 101. Where are you? Also, sorry if you can hear my roommates and stuff. They're moving boxes and stuff today because a bunch of his he's been when we moved into this apartment, he was hoping to like fly back to his old home in Oklahoma to get stuff. He did like a fundraiser for it, and then unfortunately the pandemic happened, and he was unable to go. So I'm just looking for piece 100 or 101, excuse me. There we are. Here we are. Here it is. 101. There's a few of them. So it looks like it goes. I don't understand where that goes. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. It's weird that they show that it goes there. But okay. Weird. Okay. Well, let's start with something easy. 20. Piece 20, actually. Sorry, everybody. Again, baby's first model kit, so apologies if I'm like, you're yelling at your screen like, what are you doing? You're so dumb. You don't know how to do these things. Yeah, here, okay, this piece. Here we are. So let's grab that piece right here. Yeah, it's hot here too. I'm in LA, so it's a bit of a frustrating piece, or frustrating thing. Okay, let's shove that in. Get into the hole. Hey, look at that! I did my first piece. Look at that. Look at me. I'm trying to do it here. Let's see. Yeah, Lieutenant Reed should have gotten a goatee, Captain Mop. I would have loved to see Reed with a goatee. He would have been. I mean, Reed was a character in general who I really liked and wished had gotten a bit more. Sorry, I'm trying to push this in here. Get in there, yep. Get in there, you bugger. There we go. Is bugger a swear in Britain? I don't even know. Ah, gosh. There we go. I think that's in. That looks to be fairly in. There we go. There it is. Okay. Ha! First piece done. I did it. I did it, everybody. Okay. So, 103. Let's get that piece, which is... Where are you? There you are. 103, which is... Wimp. Where are you? You are right there. Okay, got you. Okay, that goes right here. And let me, sorry, it's very tiny. Very tiny pieces. I hope everyone's enjoying the ASMR here. It's like ASMR model building. Like, hello, welcome to the Jesse Gender channel. We're here doing some ASMR reading for everybody. Hopefully people find that enjoyable. Get into the hole. Dang it, get into the dang hole. My fingers are giant and meaty and do not like to put big things, in tiny holes. And you can take that whatever way you wish to. You dirty-minded people. Oh my gosh. Come on, get into the dang hole. He's not doing the thing. Yeah, oh, no. Need a second mic so we can hear the sneak. Yeah, that would be some ASMR. I wish I had a second mic, or a second mic that I could hook up really well. I do have a second mic, but it's not a very good one, and it's like packed away at the moment. Why the hell get into the damn hole? Should I try this one? My beefy fingers do not like me. There we go. Yes. Well, I just lost the piece. So, we're just gonna... I'm gonna put that off to the side here. I got it here. I'm gonna put it off to the side. Put it right there. And we'll get to it later. 101. Let's do that one because that's a little bit easier of a piece to see and snap on. So let's get that. There we go. Okay. China, Japan, North Korea. What are we talking about? I'm watching you on screen and playing Star Trek Online on the other screen. That is a fun way to do it. Okay. So it looks like I'm supposed to pop it up through the hole here. So looks like, yeah, okay, gotcha. So let's put this on screen here. Come on. There we go. Yeah. Get into the hole. There we go. There we go. What's with the question about different countries? I don't even know what that is. Yeah, I wish I had some needle nose pliers. I don't. Do I have pliers actually? I might. Do I have it in my little bag of tricks over here? Which I don't even know if you can see. Bag of tricks on the screen. Yeah, I don't really. Oh, wait, what are you? No, sadly I don't. I didn't really prepare for this. Like I said, if I failed, I failed. I like to fail in front of a crowd. So if I fail today, that's okay. Okay, so let's got that in. And now let's do the next piece. And yeah, pliers would be really cool and helpful. Yeah, the actor, Andrew Robinson did say he did intentionally play Garrick as gay. In fact, I don't know if anyone's heard, but Andrew Robinson, who played Garrick, and Alexander Siddig, who I hope I'm saying his name correctly, who played Bashir, are actually going to reprise their roles and read a Garrick Bashir fanfic at some point in the near future for Sid City. So if you are interested in that, as I definitely am, if you go and subscribe to YouTube channel Sid City, don't leave this stream. Do it afterwards. Don't leave me. Don't leave me alone and scared. I'll be sad without you. But they are going to be reading it live, and I think that channel's also done fan readings of a few other things as well. So if you want to see some, I think mostly Deep Space Nine actors reprising their roles, it should be a fun time for that. Yeah, get into the hole. There we go, buddy. Yeah. Get into the hole. Get into the dang hole. Puts the lotion on its skin. Sorry. Reference to a fairly transphobic movie. All right. There we go. Yeah. Look at that. Look at that. Look at me doing this thing. Look at me. I'm doing a model. Okay. Next piece is skipping that one. Like I said, 21 and 22B. Okay. So let us find that. I really want to talk about Vedic Assembly. Please, Punk Rock, promote yourself. Punk Rock is a very wonderful podcaster who I know mostly from The Edge on Trek FM, but I know you are leaving The Edge and breaking my poor heart. But Punk Rock Zoologist is a wonderful podcaster, does Vedic Assembly, was on The Edge or will be leaving The Edge soon, and I think you're starting... Punk Rock, are you starting another podcast, right, with Brandy, and I'm blanking on the other wonderful person who who is on your podcast team. I apologize for that. I just remember Brandy's name because Brandy is so enthusiastic all the time, and I adore her. And if you ever get the chance, I know she's tangentially aware of me through Dan Gunther's page, but I've never gotten an actual chance to talk to Brandy, and I think she's a wonderful human. So if you ever get the chance to let her know, just let her know that I think she is a wonderful human, and her enthusiasm for Tilly makes me smile. But let's see. 20. I was ranting about punk rock for a second there, and I forgot what I was doing. 21. Okay, there it is. There's the piece, right? Is that what I'm looking for? Yes. 21 and 22B. Brandy Liam and Vedic Assembly. Okay, DS9 podcast. That's what it is. That is correct. All right. So yes, please check all 3 of them out because they are wonderful people. Though I am sad that they are leaving the Edge because I won't get to check in with you all about Discovery, which makes me sad. All right, where does this piece go? Also, it says I need 22B for this. So 22B, 22B, 22B. Where are you? 22B. See, if you wrote Ace Ventura, what would be different? Well, it wouldn't end in really one of the most traumatically transphobic scenes in all of cinema. That's for damn sure. Yeah, Ace Ventura. It's funny because I really liked I never really watched the movies, but I watched the animated show when I was a kid. There was Ace Ventura animated show that just happened to come out at the same time that I left school. So I'd always just turn it on. Or maybe it was in the morning. It was at some point when I was like about to leave for or about to go to school. So I caught a lot of it. 22B, where are you? I'm trying to find it. So I saw a lot of it, but I never, there it is. And I liked it, but then I saw the movie, and dear Lord, the end of Ace Ventura is, the end of Ace Ventura is really, really bad. I mean, the whole movie is kind of bad in a transphobic way because, like, there is for those of you who don't know, spoilers for the movie if anyone cares, but there is a character in it who is a trans woman, essentially, though they didn't really have those terms at that time or in that movie. But essentially a trans woman who is basically the villain of the piece. She's, like, doing some evil corporate capitalist stuff. But Ace Ventura sleeps with her at one point in the movie, then discovers that she's a man. She's just a trans woman, but discovers that she's a preoperative trans woman, that she, like, played football and everything in high school. And so he goes on this bender of, like, oh, I need to get myself clean. And he, like, takes a shower and he, like, cries because he's not manly. And it was gross and disgusting, which is a level of transphobia that is really hard to watch, honestly. And then at the end of the movie, it's basically a sexual assault of a trans woman because he basically undresses her in front of a crowd of people and reveals her genitals to show that she is a man, quote unquote a man, which is pretty freaking horrific. And, like, everyone just starts vomiting at the sight of a trans woman. They're like, oh, it's so gross. Oh, a trans woman, ew, nasty, and they just vomit. It's really just a really hard scene to watch, to be quite blunt with you. I don't really like it. So yeah, it sucks. So yeah, but see, Red Dwarf gets a little bit of a pass as a franchise because they improve themselves. See, here's the thing with comedy. If you look, like, one of my favorite comedies of all time, even on TV right now, is It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. And It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, way back when it first started, I think in like seasons 2 or 3, it had some really, really transphobic episodes where they kind of make fun of a trans woman and, like, the fact that there is a trans woman in it. They, like, show her having junk, like a male penis and everything. They show that, and they like show it's gross. Kind of the same thing as Ace Ventura, just on a much more PG rated level because it was TV broadcast television. But if you look at more recent episodes of It's Always Sunny, they tackle transgender issues and very much like come at it from the right side and, like, show how little, like, the characters themselves are kind of assholes. So the characters themselves have are being idiots about trans stuff, but the show is very much not saying it's right. Like, it's very much like making fun of them for that. For that fact. Now compare that with a show like South Park, which has was also very transphobic. Especially with the character of I forget the teacher character who transitions to a woman and transitions back, and it's basically very offensive towards trans people and very transphobic. But whatever, it was the time. I can live with that. But like even in the past recent year or two, they've done like other really offensive transgender jokes, and it's like it shows that they have not learned a lick in all that time, and it's incredibly, thank you, Enforcer, Mr. and Mrs. Garrison, Mr./Miss Garrison. And it shows they haven't learned a dang thing. And that frustrates me. Like, the problem I have with South Park is a young kid, especially with someone who was raised as a boy. South Park was always like, oh, cool, they're taking the piss out of everybody. And that's like, I see that there's a certain amount of appeal to like a young kid like that, who's like, screw adults. Adults don't know their crap, and I'm going to make fun of them. So there's a certain amount of like humor to that, and I get it. But now today, like as an adult, I'm like, they just don't really have any sort of moral stance, and not that you like need to have like the most moral stance in comedy, but like just if you're gonna try and make out to be political and try and act like you have something to say, have something worth saying, you know. But what are you gonna do? Let's see. So yeah, with It's Always Sunny, I think they do just a much better job of it. Okay, so now this is where it gets complicated here, people. As you can see, there's a lot of stuff going on here. I'll try and flip it here for you, but like this is where so I did this part. That was fairly simple. Now I'm here. That's a lot going on right there. So we'll. Have I ever considered delving into Battlestar Galactica? Yes, Battlestar Galactica is one of my favorite shows of all time. I just have to find time to rewatch it because it's been, I think the last time I rewatched Battlestar Galactica was back in college. And unfortunately, I don't remember. Like, I have vague recollections of it, but I don't really have anything specific to say. I mean, if I was going to do a show like that now, I'd probably do something on The Expanse. And I do want to do something on The Expanse at some point. I do already know what the video is going to be, and I've already started writing it, so I can't guarantee when it will come up, but I can guarantee you I will do an Expanse video at some point. So that will be a thing that happens. I know a lot of you were kind of asking me for it. It's my most requested video on the channel. I guess I'll tell you now. I just finished writing this weekend, actually, a video on autistic representations in Star Trek. That is easily my most requested video of all time. And I have officially written it, so we are officially going to, how many times can I say officially? We're definitely going to be having a video on autistic representations in Star Trek. Barclay's definitely in there, 100%, but I touch upon a little, pretty much every single show. I think the only Star Trek show I don't touch upon with autistic representations is Deep Space Nine. I know Odo kind of fits into that sort of autistic neurodivergent representations, but unfortunately, like a lot of the points that I make in the video, and I bring up Odo briefly, but unfortunately, a lot of the points I make are just there's better examples than Odo. Not that Odo is by any means a bad representation of autism. If you read him that way, for the points that I was making, he just has the clear. He's the clear lead in that. Oh, thank you very much, David Deister. How would you do Star Trek Enterprise if it had a fifth season? We never get to see the Earth-Romulan war scene on the show. Yeah, I mean, if you look into the 5th season of Enterprise, if you like really kind of like look into what they were doing. Sorry, I'm also trying to like find this one piece that is eluding me here. But if you look into what Enterprise was going to be for the 5th season, there's some really cool story ideas they had. One was further delving into, as you say, the Romulan War. Where is piece number 11? Sorry, I am also trying to find this piece here. Trying to get into the Romulan War. They also had a really interesting, I thought would have been a really interesting Borg origin story. I'm somewhat glad they didn't do it because it would have been like the small world syndrome to be very honest. Hey, Starfleet boy, it's good to see you. They would have made Small World Syndrome, but essentially the concept behind their Borg origin story was there was going to be they were going to bring back the actress who played the Borg Queen on I believe Voyager. Either the one or the actress from First Contact, one of the two queens, and they were just going to have her be an ensign on the Enterprise, and then they were going to have some Borg stuff happen, and she would get taken and essentially be made into the Borg Queen. And that's a really cool idea. And they're also going to have Shran be a full-time character, things like that. To be very honest with you, if I was to run, to answer your question, David, if I was going to run a 5th season of Star Trek Enterprise, if I really sat down and think about it, I mean, I definitely build into the Romulan War. I really love the arc they have for Archer going into the 5th season of Enterprise, which is... he starts off very bleary-eyed and sort of makes a lot of mistakes as a captain in season 1 and 2, but he is very optimistic. And then in season 3, he gets very jaded because of the Enterprise, the Xindi War, essentially. I cannot find this dang piece. Where is number 11? He gets very jaded because of the Enterprise War, essentially. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, everybody. I'm just trying to find this one piece here. There it is. Of course, it's right in front of me the whole time. He gets very jaded because of that. And then in season 4, we start to see him sort of heal from that trauma a little bit, but still kind of a little bit more jaded than he would ever be after that point. Yep, look at that. Fitting like a glove. I love that. Oh, beautiful. I love it. Okay, it just took me forever to find the damn piece. So I really liked that sort of that storyline for him. So if I was going to continue into season 5, that would sort of be the arc for his character that I would continue with, of just sort of building out like his healing. And so you kind of want to build into this idea of like getting to the Federation, right? But the mistrust. Basically, what I would have him do is like I think the Xindi War basically shows him. Sorry, I'm sort of rambling because I'm also trying to do this at the same time. But here, this is what I would do. I just kind of came up with it right now. So in this Xindi War, you kind of see Archer go it alone. You know, the Enterprise is off on its own. Yeah, he gets some help here and there, but generally the Enterprise is off on its own trying to stop this whole thing, right? And so now you have this natural buildup to the Earth Romulan War that you have to feed into, that they started in season 4 of Enterprise, sort of getting into with that 3-parter that they did. So what you would do is I would start building up the Romulan War, and I would start to have Archer kind of feeling isolated. Like I would really, really isolate Archer in season 5 of Enterprise. Like really make him feel alone. Like take away, like Shran joins the show, but Shran sort of stops becoming his friend. T'Pol gets angry at him for something or other that happens in an episode. Like maybe he treats or handles something badly, or she gets pulled away. So really isolate Archer. Make him feel alone. And him just being like, all right, screw it. We'll take on the Romulans by ourselves, and have that cost him. Like maybe Trip dies, or just something awful happens because of Archer just not being willing to trust others and wanting to be alone and feeling isolated. And then kind of build into this theme of like setting up the Federation of like, in order to beat this war, but in order to create something bigger than himself, Archer needs to reach out. He needs to be better, and needs to find friendship and coalition and diversity and all that fun stuff that we love Star Trek for. And so I would either end season 5 or make season 6 about like Archer building together the Federation in order to get to to beat the Romulans, but then also it caused the Romulan War sort of galvanizes what becomes of what the Federation eventually becomes. And I think that would just be a nice little meshing of those two ideas and sort of finish off Archer's arc really well. And then season 7, I would just have it be like full like Deep Space Nine, and make it the end of the Dominion War, and so end of the Earth Romulan War and the start of the Federation. So that's basically how I would do it. Thank you, Reinhardt68. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I am looking forward to doing the Expanse video. Like I said, I haven't fully written it yet, but I know what it's going to be, so I will get to it, I promise. And And Cade, I know you keep asking how should have Ace Ventura ended. I mean, I don't remember all the beats of the movie. I just literally would not have done the transphobic ending. I mean, I would just like change that whole. I mean, it's hard to like say like how it should have ended when I'm like the whole concept is kind of flawed, you know, because the whole thing like kind of rests on him like exposing this trans woman. And I don't really remember the plot enough to be able to like change it beat for beat here. I would have just like literally like, you know, there's a second Ace Ventura movie, which I haven't seen, but I'm like, I'm sure that that's better because it's not as transphobic. So I really cannot tell you, how I would have ended it because I just would have been like, toss the whole basic plot out is really what I would have done. And yes, oh my gosh, Night in Sickbay too. I mean, I like Night in Sickbay, not because it's good, but because it's like so bizarrely bad. Like literally in that episode, Archer like Porthos pees on a sacred tree, and Archer gets so obstinate that he threatens that he will pee on their tree. Like, wow, what a crap Starfleet commander. It's kind of funny. It's like, oh my god, dude, like grow the hell up. Like I get like that episode. Like I get the idea that they were going for of like, oh, he has a lot to learn, but like. Wow, wait, like that episode just character assassinates Archer in so many ways that it's like, wow, that just really makes him look awful and incompetent as a leader. I almost have this model complete. I don't even know. I'm just going. We'll see how it goes. I mean, they kind of make it really easy. I'm just snapping in like small bits and pieces at this point. Honestly. And you're right, Punk. There are like little things I need to sand down here. I think that I mean they probably advertised T'Pol and a sports bra enforcer and pretty much everything they did. Trying to use my nail here to sand this down here. Yeah, I mean there was also the one where like they had like the funeral for Porthos. Yeah, I mean I'm sure there was. I mean, like. Yeah, I mean I don't disagree with you on Dodge and Soji there, Cade. I mean, I am just kind of sad that they didn't bring back Dodge. I mean, what they should have done is have Dodge be the girl that was on the planet. Like, maybe she downloaded or everything. So at least we have some semblance of, like, connection to her character. Because there's, like, if we go... Sorry, this is Star Trek Picard. Spoilers for people. But, like, in the final episode of the show, there's that, like, other Soji. Like, the bronze-colored looking one. That's so inconsequential, she just gets tossed out and is just villainous. I would have made that Dodge. So then we would have had an emotional investment in her, but it would have also been understandable why she would want to kill all humans because they literally tried to kill her. Kill all life in the galaxy. So I would have understood where Dodge was coming from, and it would have also made the audience somewhat more resonant with her character. So I really just would have been like, oh, she like memory got downloaded into that model or something or other. It would have just made way more sense, or at least... Not even more sense. It would have just put it more emotionally resonant. I mean, I think that would have just made it more powerful than just like, hey, who the hell is this random duplicate here of that character? It would just, it would have just been much better. I mean, the more I think about it, I was talking with my roommate about this last night. The more I step back from Picard, the more I'm like a little less happy on it. I don't hate it by any means, but I just think there was so much more room for improvement, which is why I'm excited for season 2 because, you know, one benefit of quarantine is they've just had a lot of time to work on their scripts instead of having to rush it out the door like they did with season 1. So I feel like a lot of the problems were that they were rushing it. So like I said, I don't hate Picard or anything like that. I think it's a fine show, and I still I stand by everything that I've said in all of my reviews on it. But I just think it could have been improved. Okay, sorry, I'm just looking at the model here. What do I need to put in? Okay, so I need piece 100. Piece 100, where are you? What time is it? Oh, wow, this hour went by so quickly. Dang, all right. Time went by really quickly, everybody. Yeah, I mean, I see the flaws. Like I said, I still like it. I mean, no Star Trek show, especially in the first season, was perfect. I mean, to be honest with you, like, literally look at any Star Trek first season besides maybe the original series. And I would say there's probably not a good one in the bunch. I mean, Voyager may be okay, arguably. But, like, Deep Space Nine, I'm doing a Deep Space Nine rewatch, and that one's kind of frustratingly bad, too. Next Gen everyone considers to be the best Star Trek show, and it has the worst first season of any show. Sound less chilly. Well, I thought I tried to at least be fairly, you know, open in my critique when I did my critique. I mean, I did my season 1 review of Picard way back when it first aired, and you know, in that video I list a whole bunch of, like, half that video is criticism of Star Trek Picard, you know. So I mean, and I've done videos on, like, critiques of modern Trek and problems I have with modern Trek and my problems with Star Trek Discovery season 2. I by no means think they're perfect shows. I love them. I do have an affinity for them, and I like Discovery hell of a lot more than I think. I like Discovery a hell of a lot more than I like Picard. Probably just because the characters sort of resonate with me more. But yeah, I certainly am more positive than some people are, for sure. I definitely, and I'll certainly be honest. Like, I'm sure part of the reason I aim to be more positive is because there is so much negativity out there, and I'd rather just be a positive voice in the community and try and create positivity and create positive things to say. And yeah, I just, I try to be honest, but at least be constructive. I think it was I'd rather be constructive than destructive. And being constructive doesn't necessarily mean that you are always positive on something, but I'd rather be constructive rather than destructive. And thank you so much, Punk Rock. I really appreciate that. I can't think of a message. Just love your channel. Gonna do some model building of my own today. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the super chat, and thank you for just being kind. And I'm glad I'm inspired some model building. This is actually, like, weirdly, I know I'm probably, like, not as paying much attention to the chat as much as I could have, but this is actually, like, weirdly calming. It's been, like, a rough couple weeks, and it's just nice to, like, calmly sit here and do a model and weirdly rant about Star Trek. I mean, that's what I do. But thank you so much, Punk Rock. And thanks, Steve Arts. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, I never tell you that you have to like new Star Trek. Steve Arts, if you hate new Star Trek and you think it's the worst thing ever, I totally accept that. That's totally fine. I mean, that's the joy of Star Trek, is our diverse love for diverse things. We can disagree and yet still love each other. And still, like, appreciate each other's opinions and still appreciate each other's wonderful humanity, I guess is the best way to put it. So yeah, I think that's totally fine. You hate new Trek. I like new Trek. I think that's truly beautiful. I really do. Okay, so 28. I find needlepoint very calming, kind of like model building. Yeah, I used to, my calming thing was my two calming things are, one, I would play Sonic Adventure 2. Sonic Adventure 2 is like my go-to calming thing. And then I also used to cross-stitch. I haven't cross-stitched much in the past few years, but I used to cross-stitch, like, pixel art characters. So, is that 27 right there? That is 27 right there. Okay, cool. I used to cross-stitch pixel art characters, so. Let's see. I mean, the NX-01, come on, why not Enterprise class? I don't hate Enterprise or any Trek form, but I think it's a weak series in comparison. Yeah, oh, don't get me wrong. I definitely am well aware. Well aware that Enterprises, especially Season 1 and Season 2, are definitely weak episodes of the show. How's this going? That's weird. Does it go like that? Sorry, I'm like, okay. I'm just, like, looking at these pieces, like, how does this fit into that? Oh, okay. I guess that works. Oh, cool. Look at that. Yeah, I never understand the NU thing. I'm sure there's some etymology for why it's, like, disparaging, but I don't really know what it is, to be honest with you. Someone asked, what's my favorite Star Trek show? I mean, personal favorite in terms of, like, I have personal affinity for it, it'd probably be Enterprise. But that's my personal affinity. Like, not saying it's I think is the best Star Trek show. I definitely do not think Star Trek Enterprise is the best Star Trek show. But I think I have a personal connection to it that I really enjoy. But I think if I had to pick, like, the best Star Trek show, it'd probably be almost easily Deep Space Nine. I really think Deep Space Nine is a clear cut, just like really beautiful show. Is that supposed to be on there? Sorry, I'm just trying to see something. Looks like that piece is not supposed to be on here. I don't know why it is then. Let's take that piece off. Okay, cool. Go away. Cool. Look at that. So you can kind of see. I don't know if you can see really well here, but I put on the little the front piece board there of the, what is that? The deflector dish? I don't even know what that is. But yeah. If I had to pick my favorite in terms of quality, Deep Space Nine. If I had to pick my favorite in terms of just personal affinity, I think it would be Enterprise. So that's probably my my thought with it. What time is it? 5:50. Okay, 10 more minutes or so. Oh, will you do more Babylon 5 videos? Yes. I mean, my hope is, for those of you who don't know, I'm currently doing a podcast with Council of Geeks where we rewatch Farscape. And once that finishes, my hope is to like move that into Babylon 5. And then once we start doing that, I'll probably be making Babylon 5 videos because I'll be rewatching Babylon 5. In fact, I think I'm probably going to end up making some Farscape videos in the near future just because I've been watching it. I'm just waiting a little bit so I can get a clearer picture of what the show is because I'm only in season 1 right now. But once I get into like season 2 of Farscape, you'll probably start seeing some Farscape videos on this channel at some point. So yeah, I will be doing some Babylon 5 stuff. I also want to do some Stargate stuff too because I've been rewatching Stargate. I drunkenly watch some movies with friends on Friday. Every Friday night I Skype some friends and we get drunk and watch a movie, and then I usually drunkenly watch Stargate. So you'll probably get some drunken Stargate reviews. In fact, what I'm thinking of doing is on my Patreon, shill for my Patreon, I guess, is do drunken reviews of things for my Patreon, like do drunken commentary tracks, things like that. I think that'd be kind of fun and easy to do because I do a lot of stuff, and I think just having something that would be fun but a little less taxing in terms of writing and things like that, I think that'll be fun. Let's see. How do you like Farscape so far? Ooh, DV Goo says. By the way, if you have a question for me, please just tag me because then I'm more likely to see it when I look up from the model building. So if you have a question directly for me, like tag me like DV Goo did. Because it makes it a different color in the chat so I can see it a little bit better. Hey, Furlikin's Galaxy. Farscape so far. I'm really liking it. We're a little bit ahead of where the podcast is. Just because Council and I film, like we record a few episodes ahead. So I'm like 4 or 5 or 6 episodes ahead of where the podcast is. I forget exactly where we're at. And I'm liking it so far. It's really, really good. I can definitely see it's rough right now because of it being season 1 of the show. So I'm sure... Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out what the next piece I need is. 29 and 30. That's what I need. So I'm looking for 29 and 30 while I talk. I can definitely see that it's rough at the start. But I can also see a lot of promise going forward. And I think I see a lot of things that I really like about the series. Number one, its continuity. It's definitely got a lot of continuity, even for like a 90s show, which I think is really fascinating. I love the risks it takes. I also love that it like kind of does like new things with sci-fi. It basically what the show feels like it does is it sets up like fairly typical like, oh, I see where this is going, like sci-fi gags, like different sci-fi setups, but then it zigs. So you're like, oh, I see where this is going. It's a clone episode sort of thing. But then it's like all of a sudden this random other thing happens. Or they like mash together a bunch of different sci-fi tropes in a really interesting way. So it's a lot of fun. So yeah. Cade, what are you asking? Sorry, apologies. I keep missing your thing. Apologies. But yeah, so I'm liking that Farscape sort of mashing different ideas together, and I'm really enjoying it in that sense. And I think it's just rough at the top. I do love Claudia Black's character. I mean, Ben Broder and Claudia Black I love, but just from Stargate stuff. But Claudia Black, I think is her character is just wonderful on that show. I can already tell that Aaron is going to be my favorite character on Stargate. So, what was your question, Kate? I know you were trying to get my attention. So if you want a quick comment it, I'll try and see it. Huh. Interesting. I did not know that. I think Discovery should have been set in the 25th century. Yes, 100% agree. Ash Tyler should have always been human. The Klingon orc should have been a completely new race, and Lorca should have just been a guy with PTSD. I can agree with that. I 100% agree that it should have been 25th century. The prequel thing just frustrated me. I love Discovery quite a bit, but like, dear God, just like, I understand why they prequelized it, because like, that's the era that people know. So like, I like Discovery, but I just wish they hadn't done a prequel. The only benefit I'll give the prequel setting is that at the very least it gave us Pike, who I love. So it gave us Pike, but other than that, I don't agree. I don't like the prequel setting. I will push back on the Lorca thing. I definitely like that he was a captain with PTSD. That was fascinating. Sorry, I'm just looking. Where the hell is this supposed to go? Or is this just a separate piece that I'm putting together for later? I guess that's a separate piece I'm putting together later, because it doesn't really tell me where it's supposed to go. Unless, is it supposed to go there? Sorry, I'm just looking at this. Let's put that there for right now. But Lorca, what I would say about Lorca is the problem I have with him, and I did a whole video on this, is I just hate that he kind of became once it was revealed he was from the Mirror Universe. No, it's not built. I'm probably not going to finish this, Council, but nice to see you. The problem, once he was revealed to be from the Mirror Universe in that show, he becomes cartoonishly villainous, and I just wish he had been somewhat changed by his experience. You know, like, there's a line where he says to Saru, I respect you. Like, I know you won't change and you're all caught up in the Federation mindset, but I respect you. And the fact that Lorca, a guy who is from the Terran Empire, which is an empire that we see eats Kelpians, they literally are food for them. The fact that he is saying, I respect you, is a super fascinating thing to have happen, but he just plays off as like a villainous guy. And I'm like, oh, it would have been nice to see Lorca have been changed by his experience in the Federation, but he's not. And so it just comes across as kind of just one note in the end, which is sad because he was so multi-layered as a character before that point. But then it just becomes one note villainy, like, bwahaha, I'm going to take over the Terran Empire, which is sad because he would have been much more interesting. Okay, let's see. But yeah, no, Council, it's definitely not at all going good. And thank you, Jonathan. It's nice to see you. I'm very much distracted by talking with everybody, which is fine. I'm totally happy with that. I'm in no rush to finish this, so please distract me, everybody. I'm just trying to like break this down and see like what piece I want to do next. Let's do those. I'll do those. Okay, here. So, spent 3 days trying to translate, let's see. Oh, gosh, is this going to break off? There we go. Okay. Oh, did I do this backwards? Oh, shoot. Was that supposed to go in first? Yes, it was. So I'm going to take this off, actually. Whoopsie daisy. See if I can get this off without it breaking anything. It's not really important if I have that in there, because it's just a decal sort of thing, but yeah, I might. Oh no, I can get it off. Sweet. Okay, cool. Name the reversed real-life warship, the USS Jesse. Name it the USS Gender. God, can you imagine? Yeah, so many small parts, everybody. Can you imagine if they named the first ever warp-capable ship the Gender? I'm sure there would be so many people freaking out over that. Dang SJWs with their naming stuff. Gender. Only 2 genders. So there's only 2 warps. You can only go to warp 2. Who's my fave Enterprise character? Ooh, good question. Probably Trip. I just found him to be interesting. Though I've been rewatching it recently, and you know, a character that you don't really ever think about. Oh, Gender is not my real surname, no. I just use it as like a title on this channel. The character that no one thinks about on Enterprise, but is actually really surprisingly well done, is Reed. Like, no one thinks about Reed, and he sadly doesn't get as much as he could have. But he is definitely a really strong character. Look at that fit in there like a glove. So yeah. Yeah, Reed is a character who just sadly, I just wish they made him explicitly gay. There was rumblings that he was supposed to be gay, and I think the studio just didn't go for it because they were just afraid of it at the time. But I would have. That's my one thing, is I just wish Reed had been gay. It would have been a nice little piece. Oh, I'm jealous of you, Steven Arts. I would have loved to meet all of them. Though to be fair, oh, what just came out here? Something just landed on my leg. Nothing. No. Okay. Where's that other piece? There it is. Here it is. I don't know if he was deliberately played gay or not. I don't think so. He would have had to been bi, because there's like in Shuttle Pod 1, he like is contacting all these old girlfriends in that episode of season 1. So he's like contacting all these old girlfriends of his. Not to say that you can't, like, a gay person couldn't have ex-girlfriends or anything, but like it felt like they were going out of their way to say, like, look at all these girls that he dated, and that he was like in the last moments of his life he wanted to call all of them and everything. So I don't think that he was played gay, but maybe he was. I mean, there's nothing explicit in the show that says he couldn't have been. It's not like him being like, oh, I hate women, or I hate men. But I think the studio didn't really lean into that like they did say with Garrick, who was explicitly gay. Well, he wasn't explicitly gay, but very much like Andrew Robinson made him as explicitly gay as he possibly could. Like it's not even subtle that Andrew Robinson was not playing straight. Let's see. Star Wars: The Old Republic. No, I haven't played the MMO. Oh, and I just missed a super chat. What did it say? I want to quick see what that says. John Farah, thanks for the awesome content in the stream in the model building. Have some money, you awesome person. Oh, well, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. You are really, really wonderful. I thank you so much, and thank you for being like so generous, and thank you for being so kind in your words. I really appreciate that. You are absolutely amazing. Jay, are there decals? There are. I showed at the top of the stream. There's actually decals to make this a bunch of different ships. I could theoretically make it the Columbia if I wanted to, the ISS Avenger, the ISS NX-01. Yeah, no, I agree, UDV Goo, like, played gay. I guess it's just intention of the actors. Like, the actors, like, when you play gay, I get, like, the pushback against it, but it's like, the actor comes into, like, the actor brings a lot of interpretation to a character when you come up with a character. Like, there's so much not on the page of a character, especially when you first play them. As the show develops, you get a lot more to sink your teeth into in terms of backstory. But, like, when you're, like, in the first episode a character shows up in, you have to intuit so much about that character, especially if they're a guest star like Andrew Robinson's character was. And so, like, I very much, if you watch that very first scene that Garrick is in on Deep Space Nine, you can definitely tell that, like, he is playing the scene as if he has an attraction to Bashir. Like, he made the choice as an actor to be attracted to Bashir in that scene for the character's sake. And it reads really well. So I guess that's sort of like what I mean by playing gay, is like the actors like bringing a lot to the interpretation of the character. And yeah, I would just, for anyone who doesn't, like, I'm not saying anyone here is, but if you ever encounter anybody who's like, Garrick can't possibly be gay, tell them, or literally rewatch the very first scene that Garrick appears in. Like, the very first scene that Garrick ever appears in Deep Space Nine, way back in season 1. Have them watch that scene with Bashir, and then have them tell me that Garrick was not gay, or at least bisexual. I mean, I guess he would have to be bisexual. Well, I guess he wouldn't have to be, but he does have that thing with the other Cardassian girl later on in the series, called Cut's daughter, I think, which is also a bit weird. Have you seen Alone Together? No, but I want to. I was actually talking about it earlier in the stream. But I do want to. Oh my gosh, this little piece. I got the other one in so quickly. And then I try and get this little dang piece in here, and I can't do it. I'm going to get this piece in here, and I might stop for now and then keep going with this maybe on the next stream or something. Let's see. Let me just get into the dang hole. Next time I'll have tweezers. For next time I do this, if I do this. All right. Yeah, there you go. Look at that. Sorry, I'm holding it off camera. I'm trying to, like, I should probably be on camera a little bit more. Apologies, everybody. Let's see. Okay. I think a piece just fell out, but that's okay. Where did that piece go? Did anyone see that piece, where that piece went? There was a piece that was right here that I think just fell out, but I'll find it if it's not on camera. Anybody? Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I'm just looking for the piece that disappeared just a second ago. Oh, there it is. It just fell over here. Wow. Okay. So I'm gonna pop this in, and then I'm gonna pay a little bit more attention to the stream for a little bit, and then I'm gonna end the stream, but not just yet. So don't worry, I'm not popping away just yet. But I'm gonna give a little bit of focus to the stream before I finish off. And I also want to hear what people thought of this, if they liked me doing this. Okay, I'm gonna stop that there. All right, let me quick switch to this. All right. Well, I'm gonna stop there for right now, as I was saying. Let me know. Did you guys like this? Did you guys have fun with me building a model and kind of chatting while model building? Was that fun for everybody? I'd really like to hear your thoughts. Because if you did, I'll save this and I'll try and finish it up next week, and we can finish off the model next week. Or I'll just finish it on my own time if no one liked it and we're like, I could take it or leave it. Did anyone else did anyone like that? It was calming. So people seem to like it. People seem to enjoy the model building. Thought it was a good time. All right. Well, yeah. All right. Awesome. And someone Continuum Trek. Thank you so much. Sorry, I missed your super chat. Oh, well, thank you. Message me on Twitter. I think I should be free that day, but message me on Twitter, Continuum, and I'd be happy to join you guys for a conversation. So I know you have you're in my DMs there, so please just hit me up there. But yeah, okay. No, tangential ranting is what this was all about, everybody. So this was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. I got a little bit distracted from the stream, but I also got a little bit distracted. That piece was unimportant, anyways. But yeah, so it was kind of fun. I wasn't able to pay as much attention, but I felt like it was a good time. So yeah, you are all wonderful and amazing, and I hope that was fun. So okay, so everyone seems to like it. So then what I'm gonna do then is I will pop all of this into this little bin here, and we will pick it up next week. So I'm gonna put this all away while I talk with everybody, and I will wrap out. Any last questions or thoughts, anybody? I want to make sure I get to everybody. I know, like I said, I missed a few things from people, so if anyone has any last thoughts or things they want to say, I'd be happy to quick take a look. It was really beautiful to see all of you. It was good to see you, it's always nice to hang out with you guys. This was actually very calming. I actually feel weirdly very chill and chillaxed right now. It was like ASMR for myself. Going on here. All right, so I'm just gonna put this away. All right. Well, looks like everyone's heading out. So, all right, everybody. I hope you all live long and prosper. I also put this in the box the wrong way, so that'll be fun. But yeah, we'll continue that next week. Cool. That all fits. We'll continue that next week. We'll have more fun. And please, yes, everyone, check out Punk Rock Zoologist's Vedic Assembly podcast. It's a Deep Space Nine podcast with some very wonderful, lovely people. So we will talk about. So please go check them out over there. Don't worry, Continuum. You never need to apologize for your innuendos. I always appreciate them. And Steven Arts, I will always talk more Enterprise. Next time, maybe I'll talk a little bit more Enterprise with everybody. And Cade, thank you so much. Sorry that you had to be pestering me to get me to see your question. But thank you, everybody. You're all beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me. And I hope you all live long and prosper as usual. And don't forget, tomorrow, basically later tonight, is my Star Trek Lower Decks Episode 2 review. So as soon as Lower Decks Episode 2 goes up, I'll be watching it and reviewing it. So keep on the lookout for that tomorrow. And I will see you all next time. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening.